will be on her business account, Mother Yourself First. Hi,
Rebecca.
oh my gosh, I am so excited right now.
I know, me too. It's so nice to be talking to you finally again, like face to face.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Hi, Rachel. Oh, Rachel just joined. Rachel was also with us in Spirit Junkie Masterclass last year also. So this is so
good. Did I meet you, Rachel? When people talk about mom brain, I'm like, oh yeah, sure. That's like, I'm sure that's not a thing. It's a real thing.
It's a real thing. That's
and I thought I used to have a very good memory. So Rachel, I feel like if we met and I don't remember, hello again.
I love this. The Spirit Junkie Masterclass family, like coming together. Guys, this is what this community is all about. It's just, Spirit Junkie Masterclass is all about the community. It's all about welcoming like new people in, bringing in new energy, right? So before we dive in, I just want to say hello, Laura. I'm so excited to be with you today. And
Thank you for having me.
Quick introduction of you.
Okay, well, first off, I'm just, looking at my hair going on here. Not usually looking at the camera. So, hello, everyone. This is what a very tired mom looks like, but very happy mom. And I have a 4-month-old son, William. And actually, it was the week after Spirit Junkie Masterclass that I found out I was pregnant. So it was, and even actually during Spirit Junkie Masterclass, during our first night meditation, which you do a lot of meditations that are incredible. And I'd say like a moderate meditator going into it. I think that's how a lot of us Spirit Junkie sisters connected. We were all doing our best, but not sure what to do. Mm-hmm. And it was actually during the first night meditation that I actually had someone come to me during that and tell me that I was pregnant. And I don't even know if I ever told you girls that during any of our chats.
No, you never said anything about that when we like grabbed lunch the next day and all of the things.
I didn't, because it was crazy. It was a family friend. It was a woman who I thought it was. She actually had passed away that first night we were there. Unfortunately, she had gotten very sick with cancer. But it was her that came through in the meditation, and she was like, here's your baby. Because for all of you know, if you jump on the site Mother Yourself First, I kind of had a whole journey getting pregnant and staying pregnant and having little William. But so that was just like it was such a peaceful and cool experience during that meditation that was not anything that normally happened during my meditation. So right off the bat, Gabby gets you in a place of like just extreme calm and peace. I forget what meditation it was, and not that it matters, but so that was, started off strong for me before I met all the girls. And I can't believe beautiful. I didn't tell anybody that. I guess, I don't know. Life keeps going on. So, that was a super powerful thing that happened that first night. So, but with, Spirit Junkie Masterclass, I was there to just, first of all, big fangirl of Gabby. I think everyone there was or is, so for me, it was kind of just like, oh, I want to see her in person. And, I was just kind of working on myself just in general. I wasn't necessarily there for, a business purpose. Sometimes you're called there for different reasons. And again, why people would be doing this this time around with Spirit Junkie Masterclass. But I think it's good for people to know, like, if you've been talking about, if you're called to go. Like, it's okay if you don't have like the best, maybe perfect intentions or a business plan laid out or this or that. Because I remember a lot of people like, well, you're investing in yourself. So people kind of think, oh, what's my return, going to be? I'm going to have to make this money back. And I did have the idea for Mother Yourself First kind of, going on. But I think what helped me is I went into it thinking like, it's okay if all I come out with it is that I had a really nice time, and had good meditations and had a, just a nice weekend learning and hearing all of her speakers. But obviously I came out with so much more with meeting all of you girls, especially Rebecca, and we've met a few other Spirit Junkie sisters. So, I think for a lot of women going into it, it's almost best to, I think, have open expectations around it, maybe not have, it's always good to have some kind of goals or maybe intention set. But I think for me personally, I think with a lot of us, we all were kind of unsure, why we were there. What are we supposed to do? What are we going to get out of this? How much are we going to get out of this? And then I think all of us meeting really took a lot of that pressure off.
Yes.
And we realized, oh, wait, I'm not the only one that feels like that. And it kind of then validates those feelings of being okay. And then you really do end up getting so much more. So
it's so
I don't know if that's an intro or not. You can help guide me with my chatting.
No, you're fine. Well, first I wanted to tell everyone how we met. So we actually both attended Spirit Junkie Masterclass live last year, a year ago, like right around this time in New York, a 3-day live event with Gabby. And we met on the second day, and it was just like, it was magical because I was kind of a lost soul a little bit. Like I knew I was meant to be there, but I was kind of, I was there alone, like wandering up the stairs trying to find a seat.
Yeah.
And there was this row. Yeah, there was a row of y'all.
Right,
and
but
y'all
remember,
like, y'all
that
were so
morning
excited.
you and I rode the elevator together.
Yes.
So technically we met earlier that day.
We met earlier that day in the elevator. Yeah, because we were actually staying at the same hotel, but we didn't talk to one another. Then we get to the event.
No.
I'm at the event completely alone, guys. I told you that in my story. I felt a little funny. I felt a little like dorky, but it was just so amazing because on that second day, I was walking up the stairs and I was like, oh God, where am I going to sit today? Like, I felt like some pressure to like sit somewhere else. And I was like, okay, like, God, please just guide me to the people I'm meant to meet. I know there's someone here who's also alone or something. And I think it was like you, Laura, or maybe Melissa, like kind of popped up and was like, oh, I saw you stand up yesterday and ask a question. And we just started talking. And then I sat with y'all in this group. And then things just kind of like happened. It just all fell in place. And it was just so beautiful. It was amazing.
Yeah, it was perfect. I think all of us were just, like we said, all of us were there alone and hadn't really met anyone. I had met Melissa that night before, another amazing Spirit Junkie sister. And, you know, I happened to just sit next to her randomly. And then I think it was both of us. We were like a few seats down for us. And we're like, that's Rebecca. We loved her last night. You said something so cool. So we were like, ooh, she'll be our friend. So
that was
you
awesome.
were like, you know, we were excited to sit next to you. But I think it's good how, again, to remind everyone, I would say most women going into it were alone. You know, I know there were some girls that met up with people, but there was definitely more girls alone than partnered up, which is great. So I think it's a good thing to remind everyone that that's totally an okay way to go, and to know that it's totally okay to just try talking to people and like take the pressure off. Again, take the expectations off. Just say like, hey, like what's going on? And you'll know like if you're meant to like continue the conversation or not. And if you don't, like, great, there's probably somebody else there. And if you do, like, okay, like move on with talking to them.
And everything. So guys, we met and then we continued on with like a few months of doing we read A Tribe Called Bliss, the book by Lori Harder, all together, and we would go on bi-weekly calls to support one another through this, and to support one another with everything was going on. We kind of became running buddies and like kept each other on track during that time of where after Spirit Junkie Masterclass, it kind of dies down, and I think we help keep each other inspired and everything, right?
Yeah, no, it does. You have to, you know, it doesn't always have to be as consistent. You know, I mean, we did the book because we all were like, oh, we've heard that book coming out. We love Lori Harder too. So it was like just good timing. But I think, you know, and obviously we don't sadly do our calls every 2 weeks anymore, but it's a good reminder to let people know. I think you need to definitely find those spiritual running buddies. And even if it's not every 2 weeks, even if it's someone you can check in, or just following them on Instagram, and just know, again, like you're not alone, and like you're all supporting each other. Because I think there was a lot of women, you know, all the women at the masterclass, you know, you kind of think, oh, wait, well, like she's already doing that. Maybe I shouldn't, or she's already doing that. And obviously Gabby's big thing is there's always abundance and enough to always go around. So I think recognizing almost to pair up and instead help each other. Like you help me asking about Instagram questions and stuff. And, you know, everyone's doing the work like that's for them. So even if maybe you think, oh, it's similar, that girl's already doing it, like it's your own thing. So like, you know, it's better to partner up or, you know, group up and help each other. It makes it so much easier. There's no like competition there, I think, because sometimes we, I think, put that in our heads. So I think, again, that's a good thing to remember there. Like everyone's just open to learn and support you. And Gabby will
so
tell you
true.
there's enough to always go around. So
Yes.
don't think that like you can't do it yet, you know, or someone else is already doing it. Like there's only one you. So
Yes.
like, you need to do it. So I think that's, you know, a great place to be meeting
So
other-minded
I
women.
have one question, Laura. Did you do Spirit Junkie? Because we met each other at the live event, y'all, which Gabby is giving away. A part of her bonus is a free live event with her. But did you do Spirit Junkie Masterclass digital, the actual digital course?
I did not. So I had just signed up just for the live event because, like I said, at the time I was kind of starting Mother Yourself part first, but putting myself out there. And I run like other businesses with my husband. So this was kind of more just for me, like more of a passion project. You know, I wasn't personally going into it to like monetize off it as well. It was more just something I wanted to share my journey and the things I did to help people, but you know, in a way that would hopefully serve others, you know, as
I
well.
love that.
Yeah.
I love
and again, that not, you serve others and can make money off of it. I'm not saying that. I just didn't put myself together enough for that yet.
There's two sides to it. Yeah, there's two. Well, I just love because Spirit Junkie Masterclass, the live event we attended, is it's digital's the same because it's all recorded content of her, right? So all the things we saw last year and then all like the year before of all her live events of Spirit Junkie Masterclass are in the digital, guys. It's all in the digital, right? And a part of her digital this year, she's giving away a free bonus of her Spirit Junkie live confidence training on August 10th in New York, right? So you get like the digital sense like that you can come back to, but also you get the live event too, which I think is awesome, right?
Yeah, I mean, you're getting more than even what we got. Cause like you said, you're really getting all that content that we got with Gab, even though it is live, obviously there's some energy there, but that she's giving away then the live class she's doing, whether you're there live or not. I mean, if any of you guys have watched her live recordings and stuff, you feel the energy either way. I mean, you know, obviously it's kind of nice when you could be in person, but you know, it doesn't happen all the time, especially with travel issues and things. Like you can feel her energy wherever you are. So I actually think it's nice that she's offering it as just a digital course then with that bonus. So
I think it works really well and everything. But how did you know Spirit Junkie Masterclass was right for you? And guys, I know there's Spirit Junkie Masterclass we're talking about in digital, but they're really the same thing because like I said, it's all everything we saw, all of her recorded live is in the digital. You will watch everything we've seen, right, that we were a part of and from the years before. So I was just wondering, Laura, how did you choose Spirit Junkie Masterclass? Like, how did you know it was for you?
I think for me, I mean, I was definitely, like I said, a Gabby fangirl. You know, I had found Gabby Bernstein. Gosh, I feel like we all shared our, like, how we found Gabby Bernstein stories at lunch that one day. And right now I can't even remember my story, but that doesn't even really matter right now. So, I mean, probably most people I would think attending, you know, are already following Gabby Bernstein or following you. But again, you know, you'd have similar kind of mindsets and everything you're putting out there. But for me, I just knew, like, I had seen it a few years, you know, every time offered, but I just kind of didn't pull the trigger because it is a little more expensive. And again, for me, I was like, oh, well, gosh, if I don't like make this money back or do something with it, you know, it's not worth it. And then finally I was like, wait, like I'm being called to do it for some reason. I think for me, it was just like, it felt right to just be able to go to just learn some things just for myself. So I think that's like a nice thing for women to know that, or men that want to go. You could either, but there were some men there were, you know, there too. So I think, you know, what was it that made me really go? I think I just finally decided that, you know, she could really help me put everything together, you know, for just myself personally and with Mother Yourself First. So she really does kind of guide you on how to clear your obstacles. You know, I think that was kind of night one, like clear everything out of the way and get in a really good headspace, which I feel like I was in an incredible space, you know, after that night and for that meditation for me. And then, you know, the next day she does get into more of the business side. But again, you can put that towards your business, and that could be of just yourself or, you know, of your actual working, you know, coaching business, whatever you want to do. So I think I think it's a really nice organization format, and I'm like OCD. So for me, I was like, oh, this is good. Okay, I'm going to clear the blocks and get everything in order and then leave with the energy to like go out in and continue it. So I think that's a big thing too that drew me in, is that it wasn't about just like, well, let's clear all the blocks, because that's so important and definitely the first step, you know, in all healing paths and everything you want to do in life.
Yeah.
But a lot of times I think other courses, it seemed like it would stop there.
Yeah.
You know, which is sometimes that's all you need and that's all you can handle. But with hers, it was kind of like, I feel like you got everything. Like I said, clear the blocks, set your new path. And then she literally sends you on the way with so many helpful tools, you know, so she not only gives you the tools, she tells you how to use the tools, you know, and then there's, you know, for us, we created our nice little spiritual running buddy group to help us, you know, make sure we were sharpening our tools.
Yeah, no, it's so true.
And make sure that's all making sense again. Sometimes I'm looking and wondering, are my eyes still open? So.
No, this is so eye-opening for everyone, because a lot of times I talk about behind Spirit Junkie Masterclass Digital is the business part of it and stuff. But what I love, Laura, what she is talking about is how it's so much farther than that. It is really about getting, like, doing the healing work, like your personal life. It heals you in all different ways so that you can open up to more forms of abundance, open up to different, you know, in all areas. I'm not just talking money or business. I'm talking in all ways. I mean, look at Laura. She found out she was pregnant, like, you know, weeks after. That's an abundant, right? That's an abundant receiving.
Right. Yeah. And that's exactly it. So I think like people that are feeling called for all of that, like it just know it's more than just, you know, one part. So, and a lot of it you might not uncover until you do it. And I think that's part of maybe when people are blocked or hesitant, because you're like, oh, I'm not like totally sure why I'm being called for this. But I think, no, like if you were pulled to Gabby and Rebecca to do this, like there's a reason. So you know, and it's okay if you don't know it yet. I think that was a big thing for me too. You know, then there was a lot of women there. And I think like, including myself and yourself, when you asked your questions, everyone's kind of like, well, what do I do now? Like, now what? You know, looking for that guidance and everything. And I think sometimes, you know, you get a lot of it there, but then you also remember like it's a process. And I think she really helps remind you of that and puts that kind of at ease. You know, it's kind of like, I think a lot of women, you know, are asking questions. You're like, okay, well, what's the solution? What's the solution? And there's not always like an immediate solution to all of these things that we're working through, you know, personal-wise, business-wise, you know, it's all combined. So I think Gabby's Spirit Junkie Masterclass will help you like be okay with that. And then that really does help you, you know, eventually come up with the solutions and feel more clear. But she also reminds you like, it's okay if that doesn't happen, you know, with however long it takes you to do the digital course. Like you might have to go through it like 3-5 times and no, that's okay. Like, I mean, I had done so many Gabby things before the Spirit Junkie Masterclass. So for me, like it did feel like I finally got like clear while I was there, but that had taken me probably 3 years to get there. So I think, you know, that's a good thing for people to remember too. Like, you know, it might, depending how you've been working on yourself and your other ideas and concepts, like, you know, don't hold it against yourself, you know, if you don't get exactly where you want right away, but know this, like, I just feel like it helps you so much. Like I said, get those tools to get there and feel like, okay, like I can do it, you know?
Yeah, no, it's so true. And I think an important part of your message too is that, well, number one, like you said, like take your time, like, but also what you were saying is if you're feeling called to it, there is a reason. When you're on this spiritual journey, there is a reason you're being called to things, guys. You're awakening, right? Our planet is awakening right now at really rapid rates, right? More people are waking up. We're waking up to a bigger sense of ourselves, bigger purposes. And like Laura is saying, if you're feeling called to this program, don't try to figure out why. Don't figure out, oh, because it's for this or for my business or so I can make more money or I can become a speaker. Sometimes none of that actually even matters. It's really about stepping into the energy of Gabby and the container that she holds you in during this journey, right? Does that kind of resonate with you, Laura?
Yeah, that's exactly, you said that perfectly. Like that's and you know, sometimes that's easier to say, you know, than to do. You know, it's easy to say, oh, okay, but it really is true. And like I said, I think I've been able to grow so much more. And Rebecca, you're growing so much. Like you got to take a lot of the pressure off. And Gabby does such a good job at helping you do that. You know, you're doing a lot of work, but yet it's like in a much more peaceful no pressure way.
Yeah.
And that's really where you're going to see, you know, the most of this good work unfold, you know, of doing
Mm-hmm.
that. I do think, like, again, like you said, if you're called to do it, like, sometimes you just got to do it. You know,
Yeah.
I can overthink everything. I overthink everything now. My new part-time job is like monitoring the temperature of our house for our child, like, so he doesn't overeat. So again, like, this work continues on, you know, it's always a working, you know, thing. So I'm still using the tools, but I think, you know, with Gabby, it's just so fun and easy. And she really gives you kind of that confidence, I think, boost that a lot of people that might be drawn to it need. And you're not sure exactly like how you're going to get it. Don't worry about how, like, she tells you how, like, just show up and, you know, be there and be, you know, yourself, be open, you know, and just do it. So, and
Be
again,
open. That's
yeah.
the big thing, what you just said, Laura. I think that's so true. It's just be open. So many people are commenting or they're messaging me and they're trying to make sense of why they're doing this, or make sense of why they want to be there, or make sense why they want to work with me. I'm just talking about clients in general too.
Right.
They don't really always understand, but sometimes when we're on the spiritual journey, we don't always need to know that next step or always understand, but we know that we're being guided by something so much bigger than us, right?
Yes, that just gave me the chills. It's true, because it's true. It really is. It's true. And that is really how the whole universe will unfold, you know? And so it is a lot about just like kind of accepting that. And like, once you accept that, it's much easier to move through life that way. And, you know, some days are easier than others to do that. But it's about just like letting that kind of journey unfold. And like you said, if they're called to work with you and to, you know, work with this with Gabby, like you're meant to do it. So like, do it, you know, I mean, I think, you know, unless there's some really big, you know, financial block, but I'm sure there's ways to get through that too. There's always like plans offered. So I think if you can make that work, like, do it. It will unfold to something. And again, like I said, it might not happen in just that weekend, you know. I mean, like, be open to that too. Like, it might take you, you know, weeks, months, like even years for that to fully unfold. But it's really cool because it does happen, you know, and it does, you know, continue. I was there, you know, that was like a year ago, and it wasn't until 6-7 months later I started like a podcast, you know, with doing that, with interviewing, you know, women around their health and fertility. I had no idea about that, you know, then. So again, it's just kind of fun to go in with no expectations, knowing that there will be a lot of like big abundant things unfold, you know, with it. I know that, like, when you work with you and Gabby, like, it's going to happen. So
it will, just because like you're opening yourself to that greater sense of power with them, right? And that's what any person on the spiritual journey or any coach or any of us are trying to do. We're just trying to help you crack open, right, to a bigger, greater sense of God, love, universe, whatever that is, and basically surrender everything, surrender it over so that the plan can just let it take its action, right?
Yes.
So that's what it's all about. That's what we're all doing.
Yeah. I mean, you just and Gabby helps bring everybody along. So it's nice to have, like you said, you need those spiritual running buddies. It's hard to do on your own all the time, and it's not as fun to do on your own. So you know, it's really fun that people have the chance to be, you know, part of this, and, you know, look for that support. It's okay to have support. It's good to have support and help during processes, whether it's for yourself, you know, for a business, or, you know, both all combined. Like, you need it. And I think this one is, like, for me, this was the really only kind of coaching mentorship thing I had done to, like, kind of get everything started. So for me, that's all I needed too. So I think that's a good thing for people to remember, you know, when you're signing up, like, this might be all that you need, you know, and maybe you've done some other coaching things before, it wasn't right. But like, I think again, if you're called to be here, it's probably because it's the right one for you, and you're going to get something beneficial out of it. You don't leave with nothing. Like I said, you know, it's different for everyone, but you come out with so much. Even just the meditations she gives you, like I said, if you don't use them for your business, they're good for yourself. I was doing them that night, you know, and for months to come. So it's just, it's always good to take time to work on yourself, you know.
So true. It's so true.
Yourself, you know, that's my thing. And it's, you know, and I think this is, you know, the Spirit Junkie Masterclass, you know, digital course helps you do that. So
it does. Well, I have one more question. How did you get past the fear? Because I know when we're all called to Spirit Junkie Masterclass, digital live event, whatever it is, or to even work with Gabby or someone in general, we always meet a little fear, right? We always have that ego little voice back here that's like, oh, but is it really worth the money? Oh, but is it really worth it? Oh, will it actually help you? Oh, are you actually ready for this? Like, how did you bust through your fear? Or did you just feel the fear and do it anyway? Like, kind of give us what went on for you.
I think it really was that. I mean, like, I'm someone, I love to make decisions and make, you know, decisions quickly. And especially if you're someone running your own business or wanting to, you'll find out like you're the one that has to do that. So, you know, you kind of get used to being faced with like kind of these challenges or fears or, you know, like kind of that ego's, you know, chatter of talking you out of doing everything you probably should do in life. That's right. You know, so I think, you know, if those come up for me, it's all about recognizing that that fear is there. And then I kind of just think, okay, well, like, you know, I always go kind of like, what's the worst thing that could happen? Well, that you know, for us, it was live, but, you know, so, okay. So I go to New York City for a weekend and sat in an auditorium and listened to some speakers. That was it. So for me, I was like, well, that's not a bad thing to happen for one weekend. So I'll do it. And again, I got so much more than that. But, you know, again, like I said, I think for me, I face fear by just taking that pressure off, you know, and knowing that, you know, there's so many more good things than some fear. There's always fear around making, you know, a change, even if it's a good change. So I think you have to know it's, you know, that's okay. And then decide. I think, you know, I think we both talked about like how to make big decisions, you know, and stick with them. I mean, you know, you're just always going to be faced with that fear. But like I said, I kind of look at both sides, and as long as I'm good with like either outcome, then like I make the decision and then just move forward with it too. Yeah. I think that's a big thing. Like once you've decided, like just sign up and do it. Like don't think about it for like 5 hours or 5 days like I used to do things. Like just do it and move on. Or if you can't do it, then move on and you know, stop looking at the emails, and maybe it'll be better for you next year. So I think like that, like just get like pretty clear about that. I'm sure I meditated, you know, around it. That really helps me make you know, decisions around something if I'm feeling like uncertain or fearful about it. But I think, no, like there's always fear around things. Even if like you're, like I said, I'm telling you, you're guaranteed you're going to learn something and it's going to be good for you. I'm sure people listening are still thinking, oh, I don't know, I might be that exception. Like, you know, like I promise, like nobody is. And, you know, I think again, like just decide what's best for you with it and then just do it.
And
like
go.
Yeah, and just sign up. Like sign up, or like I said, if you're not going to do it, then don't. like unsubscribe from the emails and stop looking at it. Like,
I agree with you. You know, that's what you're saying, Laura, is a lot what Gabby teaches us actually through the course is like, right, kind of that F it, let's go mentality. Like, right? Like if your soul is feeling called, freaking go. Like, go. This is the work you're called to. You have a right and a responsibility that when you have a great message you need to share, you need to share it, right? And you need to do the work to get there. Like that's your responsibility. That's your purpose. That is why you're here. So I love how Gabby kind of teaches us and how you're saying like, F it, let's go. Like if your soul's being called, jump in, and you might not understand why, but once you get in there, you start doing the meditations, listening to the talks, and maybe go to the live event with us in the community in August. Like you're going to feel it. You're like, oh my gosh, this is one of the best decisions I made. I know because that was me last year. And I know that was you too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It was all of us. That's why probably we all were together. We all these really scared girls. Like, what are we doing here? And then we realized that's okay to feel that way. Again, it's okay. Like that's normal. We're humans. The ego's there, fear's there. Like that's fine. But no, like you can work through it, make the decision and move forward and have like fun with it. Like Abby, like anything I'm saying here is really, you know, teachings through like Gabby, like what she said, like have fun along the way. So like this needs to be fun for everyone, and that's like you make the course fun. Like I said, don't have any expectations around it. Like just go through the work and do it, and like stuff will unfold for you as you go through it. And the more you release, like the more that's going to come back to you. And again, that was a big thing for me. Like I had released, you know, for me in my personal life, it was, you know, I wanted to be pregnant again and stay pregnant, but I had released that. And that's a lot of work I had done for myself. And then, you know, now sharing a little bit through Mother Yourself First, but that was a big thing, you know, and I got that night, you know, that little message, and, you know, it wasn't until a week later I found out for sure. But, you know, so it's like, you know, something like that. And obviously that's a pretty like big concrete example. So not that that's what people are going into it for, but you know, for me that was a big thing. And then just reminding me about sharing my message, because I continued to share about, you know, my journey prior to that, you know, and I had, you know, everything. So, you know, I think you need to people know it's okay to like share your story and know that it can help people, and just let it start there. Like I said, just know, like, you know, it's how can you serve, Gabby, you know, how can you serve? You talk about it all the time. How can you serve? And like, if you just start practicing it, Spirit Junkie Digital, you know, Masterclass helps you do that. It helps you practice that and get it out there. And the rest, like, that's not up to you. Like, it's up to the universe. It's up to everything else. It's going to unfold.
Right. It'll effortlessly unfold if you let it, if we surrender to it. And I think, Laura, for both of you and I, that's been a big journey for us. The surrender journey has, for me, and I know, you know, I've followed your journey, and you're my spiritual running buddy and a really good friend. And I know that that's been a huge part of both of our things with Gabby, but not even just in our spiritual journey, you know? The surrender.
Yes. No, it's so true. And
it's real.
Yeah. And I'm so glad that you're sharing all this with your people so they could find it. And I'm going to tell all my people, and I think I'm going to have to tell my little William because he's up. So I don't know if you had any last question you want me to answer before.
No, we're through the questions, Laura. You are a powerhouse. You're a mompreneur. You are just amazing. You inspire me every day, and I love your account mother yourself first, like everything. And I just thank God. Just thank you for like letting us meet. You know, it's spiritual.
I know.
You know, seriously, I just the support y'all have given me, the support that I love supporting every one of you, and being able to watch each other grow it's one of the greatest things ever. Seriously.
Thank you. Yes. And Evan, Rebecca's the best. Obviously, if you're following, you already love her, but I mean, I've loved following everything you do. And, you know, like I said, I've been a little quiet on the mother yourself first front, you know.
Girl, you got a baby.
that babies take a lot of energy.
Yes,
and
they do.
Wonderful.
You work it.
But, you know, it's hard to do it all, and I'm not doing it all right now. And that's another thing to remember is okay too. Yeah. But that's why when I'm not doing it, I just follow along with Rebecca and the Blue Empath, and you know, find my inspiration there at 2 a.m. when I'm feeding my son. So I'm very excited that you're doing this for everyone, and I can't wait to hear more about everything. And thank you for wanting me to share hopefully some wisdom. Like I said, I hope I was saying complete sentences.
No, you're good. You are good. Y'all just thank you, Laura. Thank you to everything. And you go hang out with baby William. Take care of him. I will be thinking of y'all, and we'll talk more, okay?
Definitely. I will sign off for now. Thanks again.
All right. Bye, Laura.
Bye,
everyone. I hope everyone had fun today. I hope everyone enjoyed the live today and got really good insight about Spirit Junkie Masterclass live and digital. Because when you sign up with Spirit Junkie Masterclass digital through Gabby and I, you will get her free live event ticket August 10th in New York City. And it's just awesome, guys. Seriously, it's gonna rock your socks. It's gonna rock your world. And you heard our story. You heard how we met. You heard how Spirit Junkie Masterclass live and digital have helped us. So don't think anymore. Don't overthink it. Message me. Jump in. It's time to go. Don't sit in fear. If your soul is feeling called towards this program, if your soul is feeling called towards Gabby, towards me, towards soul expansion on your spiritual journey, come join us. We are so ready for you, and we're just going to welcome you with open arms. So many women are joining, and men too. And I'm just so grateful for how far I've come a year ago. A year ago, I was just a girl with a plan, not even a plan, just kidding, just a dream of speaking, of writing, of releasing my writing, of coaching, of helping others, of serving others. And now I am where I am today because of Spirit Junkie Masterclass, because I chose to dive into different coaches, different programs that helped me to grow my business, to grow my audience, to grow through all of this, and to open up more to my clients, and to open up to more energy so that I can be here for you, right? So if you're feeling called to this, don't hold back, guys. Seriously, it will rock your socks off. And I have Melissa coming on tomorrow, and then I have Tyranny coming on, Aaron coming on, Kristen coming on. I've got all the Spirit Junkie Masterclass live and digital family members getting on this week to just talk about what they've learned, how amazing it's been. And yeah, I love you all. Have a beautiful day. Message me. You can find me at therebeccaann.com, or you can email me, therebeccaann